Yo, what's up with it, y'all? It's JD and I'm back with another quick video. In today's video, I'm here with my homeboy James, and we're gonna be going over muscle up prerequisites. So this is basically your base level strength that you're gonna need in order to complete that muscle up for the first time. My boy James right here, he's the muscle up king out here. You know, I'm of the philosophy that iron sharpens iron. So no matter where you are in the world, you need to find somebody who's gonna sharpen your tools up. So, you know, for the longest time, I've been training out in Hawaii. Haven't really had anybody who I felt like was kind of at my level in terms of the calisthenics. And, you know, James is actually at another level when it comes down to a lot of these movements, handstands, muscle ups. So he's got a lot of expertise in terms of that. Personally, I think as a base, you need to master the basics. Pull-ups, push-ups, dips, squats, lunges, those type of things. Maybe get a tight core. James, as far as your muscle up specifics, what would you say is like some main prerequisites?
I mean, obviously, you know, the pull-up has to be mastered. That's non-negotiable. But as we were talking about earlier, we kind of realized how important the core is. When I first came into calisthenics, I did have a strength background, so I did, you know, I had the upper body muscle, I had the big muscles, and I could kind of power through my muscle ups. But once I incorporated the core strength and I mastered the hollow body positioning, then I started getting the cleaner muscle ups that actually, you know, looked more crisp. It wasn't, you know, that struggle at the transition point and stuff like that.
So today I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna give you guys maybe 3, 4, 5 exercises in particular that me and James use and we still use till this day to kind of get our muscle ups and develop that strength to do the muscle up and continue to develop that strength to do the muscle ups more and more proficiently. And the first exercise that I'm gonna say is gonna be straight bar dips. And I think straight bar dips are gonna be extremely important in terms of getting that transition up over the bar. So that's pretty much where it separates the men from the boys in terms of getting that pull into that push. So you're gonna need to master the straight bar dip. There's multiple different ways that you can do that. You can either do a pullover and do it on a high bar, or you can just use the regular parallel dip bars and practice on that. And James, what else would you say is a key prerequisite exercise?
I would say for me, it always goes back to that pull-up. No matter what level you're at, it can always be better. You know, throwing in the L-sit and even the L-sit pull-ups are going to be even better. And you know, we're actually planning on doing a series, so we're going to be, you know, starting from, you know, it might be kipping muscle ups, and then we want to go all the way up through, you know, the more advanced, you know, the slow muscle ups, ring muscle ups, L-sit muscle ups, all the stuff like that. But the most important thing is always come back to the prerequisites, because I can guarantee you if you're struggling with any progression, no matter how advanced it is, it's because you have a weakness. And your weakness, it could be your core. It could be your lower back muscles. It could be your biceps are weak. But this is the foundation that you're pouring. So if you skip over the prerequisites just because you want to, you know, try to reach as high of a level as you can, as fast as you can, you're going to hit a brick wall and you're going to stop progressing. But if you master these fundamentals first, you're going to see a much greater progression in the future.
So that's the basis there. So you hear a lot of people who say, oh, I can do 15 pull-ups, but I can't do a muscle up. So you have to make sure that you're doing everything correct form. Full range of motion on your pull-ups. Chest to bar pull-ups are extremely helpful. Being able to do high pull-ups, explosive pull-ups, those are extremely helpful as well. So these are all, you know, this is all the groundwork that you're going to want to cover. And you're also, like James mentioned earlier, you're going to want to make sure that you have that tight core. You know what I mean? You don't necessarily need to have a six-pack or anything like that, but you need that tight core and to be able to have that firm foundation in terms of your core strength, because everything that you want to master in terms of calisthenics is going to come down to that core strength. So the top 3 things, and this is basically on a basically generic basis. You got your pull-ups. You want to be able to do those clean. You want to do explosive pull-ups, L-sit pull-ups, high pull-ups, chest to bar pull-ups. You want to get your core right. That's doing things like leg raises, eventually getting into being able to do static L-sit holds, and then your dips. You want to be able to do proficient regular parallel bar dips, but more importantly and more specifically for the muscle up, you're going to want to be able to do those straight bar dips, and you're going to want to go deep on those ones. So make sure you're doing those slow and controlled.
And when you do move on past these prerequisites, you have them mastered, don't beat yourself up. You know, you're not gonna just go to the bar and your very first kipping muscle up's gonna be in sync and everything just goes perfectly. No, you're gonna start off, your first one's gonna be super awkward, you're gonna try a ton of times and nothing's gonna coordinate. Your body, you don't have that movement pattern yet. It's not installed into your body yet. So the first day is gonna be super awkward, but then, you know, the next day you show up, it's gonna be a little bit better. You may be able to get it then, you may not be able to get it, but it'll be better than the first day. And then you gotta keep sticking with it. And then you'll watch your progression slowly happen over time. And really, don't beat yourself up. If you can't do it, it's because there's some level of weakness. And so instead of, you know, being hard on yourself and thinking you're not gonna get it, you know, analyze it, you know, take a video of yourself and then, you know, try to diagnose, okay, what went wrong in this? Is it because my straight bar dip is weak? Is that where I failed? Is it because I didn't even get high enough in the first place so I could even attempt the straight bar dip portion? Or, you know, was my core not tight during the entire movement so the whole thing was just sloppy? So those are just things to think about as you go through the progressions.
That's the main thing in calisthenics. It's all progression based. It's all leveling up slowly. You know what I mean? You're never going to do everything overnight. This isn't an instant gratification sport. This is something that is, you know, delayed gratification. You plant the seed, you water it, you keep watering it, and eventually it'll come into fruition, just like anything else in life, anything else of substance in life. But anyways, guys, get James. James is gonna start his own YouTube channel. If you guys want to see calisthenics done on an elite level, a lot of skill-based training, a lot of strength training, you're gonna want to subscribe to his channel. I'm gonna put that link in the description below. So, you know, go ahead and follow James or subscribe to James's channel and start checking out some elite level calisthenics exercises. I appreciate everybody for watching today. I hope everybody's having a great day. James, you got anything to say before we bounce out?
Yeah, man, I would just say my biggest thing would be when you're on this journey, don't think in terms of months. Don't think in terms of weeks. Think in terms of years. We're gonna be alive for a long time, hopefully.
Yeah.
And, you know, think about what can I accomplish in 10 years or 20 years. Don't think about what can I accomplish this week, this month, etc. That's how, you know, our ego gets involved. That's how we start getting injured. So start thinking in terms of your lifespan, what you want to accomplish, not in terms of this very short-term mindset. That's all I have to add.
All right, and on that note, keep track of your micro victories. Don't always think about that end goal. Keep track of the micro victories. It might be that you get able to hit one more dip, or it might be able to say that you get, you know, that much deeper on the straight bar dip, or your, you know, your form on your pull-up got just a tiny bit better. Those are micro victories that we need to be taking account of and not always worrying about getting to that end goal as quick as possible. But anyways, guys, I hope everybody's having a great day. I'll holler at you guys later. Peace.